And the last thing I conclude with here, I've talked about my journey as an accountant, how I started from the very beginning to the very end. And I've put a chapter called Anger and Aggression, which says success is not free. And
why anger and aggression?
Okay, so anger and aggression, these are very two potent qualities. Like I said earlier, anger is like a force that it drives you to do what is necessary. A lot of people don't do what they must do because they don't know how poor they are. You must be hungry for success. Being hungry alone is not enough. You must be aggressive, which means do what is necessary, that is legitimate, to get to where I need to get. Know who am I going to see to get the next stage of my life. Be willing to go back. And people are busy. When I was launching my book, there are people that I went to. Some of them shut their doors. Yeah. There are those who I went to look for sponsorship. I even felt that I'm not wanted here. But I still went back because I'm the one who needs the help. So you have to be aggressive. Don't take things personal. And there are those companies, when I went back to look for sponsorship, they told me, no, we can't help you. But now they've called me, can you bring us 40 copies? Have you seen it? Because they've seen the work. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when you are rejected, don't take it personally. It's the same thing with a woman. When a woman says she doesn't need you, sometimes it simply means, I need you, but not right now. Mm-hmm. When you build the capacity, she'll come around. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. So what we are trying to say is that you have to be hungry for success because success is not free.
Young people want to start business. They want to rent shopping malls. They are afraid to go to city market or in their ordinary markets where they are. They don't want to be seen by their peers who they went to school with because they don't want to appear poor or failures. What is your advice to that?
So such young people should just wake up. That is what I call wishful thinking. Wishful thinking is the tendency to believe in a reality that is not true because you want it to be true. And because you want it to be true, you end up ignoring a reality in front of your eyes for a future that is far-fetched. So when you're a young person, for me, I was on the streets. I would have people meet me and then they find me. Some of them would even feel sorry for me. You're saying Saraula. But now they don't know how much money I make in that Saraula business. I've never stopped up to this day. I still sell. Right now I have clothes that at home which we opened last week, some bells. I still have them that we are selling. I've never stopped. So you have to accept the stress you're going to take. Be successful stressed or be broke stressed. Because if you're going to pay attention to people, because some of these people look nice on social media, they don't have anything. So you are scared of people even way broker than you are. So as a young person, avoid the life you fancy, I think most of us young people, we have a problem. We want to be famous. And because we want to be famous, we neglect the small things that matter. I'll give you a very perfect example of a woman I once helped. And I like this example. This woman came to me one time. She was sad. She was crying. She was in debt. So she tells me she's owing people. I asked her, what do you do? She tells me she does. She sells scones. So she used to buy scones in Cairo Road. There's a place in Cairo Road where they sell scones. They sell 2 kwacha per scone, and then she sells 1 scone at 4 kwacha. So she could only sell 1 bucket per day. So she tells me she makes about 100 scones times 4 kwacha. That's about 400 kwacha. Profit per day, 200. So I'm looking at this woman and say, you make 200 kwacha per day. Why don't you bring 5 boys? Instead of you saying the scones, you focus on ordering scones and give to 5 boys. Tell them, I'll give you 30 kwacha each per bucket to sell. If you sell 2 buckets, you get 60 kwacha. She got 5 buckets of scones. And she gave the boys. Before 12 hours, the scones were done. The boys came back. They got 5 buckets more. So in a day now, she sells 1,000 scones. In a month, she makes 104,000. Selling scones. And she's not the only one. There are several young people who are making lots of money doing jobs that are despised. But they make an honest living. So most of us young people, if we can only realize that we cannot be great by being at the shopping mall. Great is determined by service. So you have to accept your financial situation. So for now, I am broke. I don't want to pretend to be rich because it's expensive to pretend to be comfortable when you're not. Accept that fact. The moment you accept your financial situation, as a young person, it helps you to set clear and actionable goals. goals we can actually do something about.
And the belief in capital, now that government is even offering CDF loans, young people think that when they go and get that 5,000 or 10,000 kwacha, they'll be successful. Speak to that.
It never happens like that. Like I said, a business is very different. It's like a child. A child has got to learn how to eat, drink milk, porridge, then they begin to crawl, there's a reason why God did that, put that process in place. A child can't just run. They have to go through this for them to become strong. Sometimes they'll fall. Sometimes they'll do what? They have to become strong before they can finally run. So just because you have capital does not mean you succeed. Giving someone capital before they have capacity is like giving them a driver's license simply because it's like giving them a car simply because they have a driver's license. They are going to crash. There are people who buy these licenses.